Hello and welcome to another episode of HD Movie Talk. I am your host, Dean's Beans, and for the spookiest episode of this podcast so far, I'm joined by the wonderful, the brilliant, the completely scary, if you look at him for too long, Harlan Duffy, aka Fluffy Duffy. Hello.
Dean, do I frighten you?
Ah! Sorry, I
No.
just looked at the camera.
Oh, at the camera?
Yeah.
So you
saw
saw
a
your
reflection of
reflection?
me. Yeah. I still haven't gotten used to your haircut. Was that a podcast conversation when I said, "Oh, you've had a haircut"?
No, I think this is the first time
Oh, I
I've
watched one
filmed
of
a
your
video with the
TikToks.
haircut.
I watched one of your TikToks, I think, and I went, "Oh, you've had a haircut."
No, I haven't posted a video with me with the haircut yet.
I've had a conversation with you recently, and I've got, "Have you had a haircut?" And you went, "Yeah." Have I imagined that?
Well, when did we film the last podcast?
Like a week ago.
I got my haircut Thursday night.
I'm going insane. Did I see you? No, you must have. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, I've had this conversation with you already, and I went, "Wow, you've had a haircut." And you went, "Yeah, you noticed." And I was like, "Okay, I haven't had a haircut." Where were we?
Where was that? You're totally right.
We did have that conversation. I reckon it
Were
was
we
when
playing
we
Fortnite?
didn't play Fortnite together on Friday
Oh,
that you sent me a video, or no, you sent me a photo of you and your cat.
dude, we should be the next Batman because we're so good at this.
Yeah. And also, that was a really cute peek behind the curtain of me and Harlan gaming together and then him sending me a selfie of him and his cat.
Dude, I can take as many pictures of that damn cat as you want.
Well, yeah, I just had a long story about that cat, but we're not going to get into it. What we will get into is a dog. Which dog? Jack Russell. Who's Jack Russell? He is the werewolf by night.
Oh, look at you.
Our intros are getting longer, aren't they?
They are getting a little longer. I think it's because you're just getting sillier and sillier.
Or maybe we're just getting closer and closer.
Have I been super quiet this entire time? Am I louder now?
A little bit. It doesn't really notice.
Okay.
Anyway, Werewolf by Night is Marvel's, the MCU's first special presentation, and it's very special. And it is a presentation, and it's like 50 minutes long, and it's a nice spook.
55 actually
55.
with credits.
Oh yeah, but nobody cares about credits because there's no end credit scene.
There is no end credit scene.
This is spoiler alert. This is a nice, it's just everyone knows what this is. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it, then listen to this.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
And we're gonna spoil it.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard a take about it yet, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And we have the hottest take on this.
We do have the hottest take.
I have no idea what Harlan's opinion on this, but we both.
It's like
the hottest
so unheard of. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me your take in 8 words.
I quite liked it. I thought.
Oh, you've messed yourself up here. 2 words left.
It was good.
I quite liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay, your turn.
Right, do I have 8 words?
Yeah.
You give me 9.
This looks like
sorry. I was about to make a joke about the dumb American can't count.
Oh. Well.
Okay. It was good, well made.
Wait. It was good. Well made.
I like Michael.
There you go. It was good. Well made. I like Michael.
I think mine was better than yours.
Yeah, shut up. I hate you.
Should we actually? What are we doing here? What is going on?
So, what was your favorite part about the Werewolf by Night special presentation?
I think it was just the style of it. No, my favorite thing was how it was all action and no backstory and no like origin. You know, it was just all action. Like nothing was really explained to us. We were just there and things happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is good. I don't need to sit through and be like, oh, when he was a boy, he was bit by a werewolf. And ever since he's been hunting other beasts. And who cares? You know, he's mates with Man Thing and they're fun.
It feels like we got the third act of a movie.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Like in a good way.
It doesn't feel like we saw like an incomplete thing. It's just like that's what like it's just action packed.
Yeah.
And the fact that they shot this in 12 days and like on mostly practical effects is also really, really cool.
It's mental. Michael, and for a directorial debut as well.
Yeah. What a
And then he did the score.
a legend.
We're talking about Michael Giacchino, by the way.
Yeah,
If
the
you
guy
don't
who
know
did
Michael
Incredibles,
Giacchino,
Spider-Man Homecoming,
Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, The Batman, Thor Love and Thunder. Did he do Doctor Strange? No, he didn't do Doctor Strange, or did
No,
he?
that was Danny Elfman.
That was Danny Elfman, yeah.
Well, the second one. The first one
Was it Alan? I'll find out. Anyway, but he is a great composer. I know Harlan disagrees with this.
Yes. What?
With what I'm about to say.
Oh,
I think he has written the two. Oh no, he did do the first Doctor Strange. Michael Giacchino.
wait,
Giacchino.
how do
did
you
the
say
first...
it? No, you're saying it in the wrong like dialect.
I said it
actually.
right originally. Now I thought about it.
No. Like say it correctly though.
Michael
Yeah,
Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino.
We got that so quickly this time.
Yeah, look at us.
So he did the first Doctor Strange film.
The first one's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would actually argue it's better than the second one. Hot take.
The movie or the score?
The score. The movie, that's a little bit.
He also did Up, Ratatouille, Inside Out. Here's a big one he did, which I really like. Rogue One. He's the first person other than John Williams to score a Star Wars film.
Okay, but here's a question.
All the new Star Trek, all the new Jurassic Worlds. He did 3 Mission Impossible movies. He did Lightyear, he did Cars, Jojo Rabbit.
Okay, so my personal favorite composer is Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
He did Spider-Man 2. That one goes hard. But I think John Williams.
I think it's really interesting about Danny Elfman.
Hmm.
Not a lot of people like talk about this, and a lot of people say this. So I don't think you would have heard this before.
Oh.
But the score to Spider-Man 3 is actually really good. It's a good movie. Like, it's not a great movie, but it's a really good score. And because people don't like the movie as much, the score doesn't exist anywhere online. And I've spent ages looking for it. And it doesn't really exist anywhere online. You can't get it on Spotify or anything. And it's great. It's a really great score. And it's a shame that Danny Elfman's music was never released.
You know what, Dean?
Yeah.
I want to make your entire little bit, little bit you're doing, I'm gonna make it fall apart.
Did he not do Spider-Man 3?
Do you want to know how? Do you want to know why?
Did he not do Spider-Man 3?
He didn't do Spider-Man 3.
I had a feeling as soon as I started it, gone, who did Spider-Man 3? Do you not know?
But did you know that
Who did Spider-Man 3?
Actually, I don't know.
The joke there is, for those who aren't long-time listeners, is every time Spider-Man 3 comes up in conversation, Harlan tells me the same thing about the score.
Because nobody talks about it.
I was oh no, it says here. Oh, Christopher Young. Who's Christopher Young? Never heard of this dude. Oh, he's done a lot of horror films, so he's probably a mate of Raimi's. Michael Giacchino, I think, is my favorite composer.
But like, you gotta look at like Superman, Indiana Jones.
No,
Star Wars?
obviously John Williams is on a different level. If we're not counting John Williams,
okay, that's fair.
No, I think like personal favorite. Like, yes, John Williams is the best, but I think Michael Giacchino.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. I think I'm with you on that one, because John Williams, like, I think is, the god of composing.
Exactly. It's like being, you can't enter him into these conversations. And the thing is, with Michael Giacchino, all his song titles are little puns. And I love that. Even for the Batman, they're puns.
Okay.
We should talk about Werewolf by Night.
I want to talk about one thing specifically about Werewolf by Night, and that's like what it kind of is, like a special presentation thing.
Yeah.
Marvel, from what I've noticed, at least from the release projects in Marvel's lineup for up to Phase 6, Phase 4 had a lot of TV shows.
Yeah.
You don't really, besides like Ironheart, there's not really any TV shows coming out.
I mean, there's more than just Ironheart, but yeah.
Is there?
Agatha.
Agatha and the Untitled
Echo,
Wakandas.
Daredevil.
Oh yeah, I guess it. But
Armor Wars, Secret Invasion.
Armor Wars isn't a TV
Oh,
show
Armor
anymore.
Wars is a movie. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They're kind of, but then there's also like Wonder Man and Nova and the Wakanda one, which aren't like.
From what it seems like Disney is kind of pulling the reins back, like on all the TV shows they're doing. Because I think
they're not really working.
Marvel is. I think one thing Marvel's really good at is responding to criticism.
Yeah,
and
something you should get better at. Sorry. Continue. I just send him criticism all the time, every week after we record a podcast, and he never improves.
Yeah, I have like keywords when you text me that I just like automatically delete them. And so anyways, what was I getting at?
They're really good at responding to criticism.
Yeah, so I think they realize that like they try giving us a lot of content. They're like, people love when we give them more, so we're just going to give them an excess amount.
Yeah.
And I think the numbers Disney is getting back isn't that,
yeah.
They aren't pulling the numbers they once were, like WandaVision, because they kind of earned a reputation of mediocrity. No.
100%.
Is that all right? Was that grammatically correct?
I don't know.
They've earned a reputation of mediocrity.
I think so. Sorry, just to quickly make a note here, because I know people are going to get annoyed with us. I just checked the list of TV shows. The only live action one we didn't mention is, I don't know if I mentioned Echo. And there's also, of course, Loki season 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So they're the only ones we didn't mention.
But still, I feel like the list you just gave me is the amount of TV shows we got this season, in this phase.
Yeah, it's similar.
So with that big spiel comes the idea of like the special presentations. Like that's just, in my opinion, adding more to the oversaturation of Marvel content. But if they're all like this, I don't think I really mind.
And the thing is, after this came out, there were reports that Marvel are apparently turning future ideas they have for TV shows into special presentations. Because the issue a lot of people have with the TV shows is that they should be a movie, because they're stretching off these plots over 6 episodes. And it's not like particularly work. I mean, I don't think, apart from, I wouldn't say a single one of the TV shows they've made are bad.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But they're weak because
I also wouldn't say any of them are astounding.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. None of them are like, wow, this is amazing. But because they don't, because they're not, they don't feel like TV shows. And I feel like that's the main issue with all of them.
Right.
And stuff like, and then when you watch stuff like The Boys, or you watch Peacemaker, or you watch anything like that, it feels like a TV show, and it feels like a superhero thing, and it's so much better. And I think Marvel are kind of realizing, oh, we can't just, what they've been doing is, oh, do you know how we make movies? Let's do that, but make a TV show. And that works for scale when you're doing budget and special effects and set pieces and characters and continuity. Making TV shows on that scale work, like tying them into the universe, great. But you've got to make us, like She-Hulk works as a TV show. That's what I really enjoy about She-Hulk so far. We talked about it last week, is that it works as, when I watch it, I'm like, wow, this is like I'm watching a TV show.
I love She-Hulk. I'm saying it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching She-Hulk, and I can't wait for the finale.
I think it might be, it might be my
favorite.
It might be my favorite.
Might be my favorite too.
Just because it's a TV show,
I honestly feel like at this point I need to rewatch all the shows.
Yeah, you're right. That would be a fun thing we could do. Like once a month, we do an episode where we're like, we just rewatched WandaVision over the last month. And then the next month.
Write it down. Well, you'll edit this, so you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So we're getting off track from Werewolf by Night, but Werewolf by Night, there is no like foreshadowing. There's no setup. There's no 3 episodes of exposition. It's just, we're here, we're doing this thing, bad thing happens, this happens, end. And it's and the structure of it, I think, is perfect in the way that it's 55 minutes, bish bash bosh. There's no waiting around, and it's not too fast paced either.
I feel like going back to a point that you're still kind of talking about, but you addressed a little earlier. I don't think it would be a good idea to take the TV shows and turn them into these special presentations, because I feel like the idea of a special presentation, at least for me, it kind of feels like it's not important enough to be a movie, and there's not enough content to be a TV show. So it's going to be this.
Yeah.
That's why they do it. That's why they're doing it for Guardians of the Galaxy, the
Well,
holiday
yeah, I
special.
guess that's kind of why they went Armor Wars to a movie instead of a special presentation. But also, I personally, if we're talking about Armor Wars as a movie, I think partially that's because of budget as well, where they look at some of the criticism against She-Hulk budget and they're like, oh, Armor Wars is going to be a lot of CGI. We want to
Yeah,
make money off that. But I think you're right. But when you're in the concept stage of because I mean, obviously we don't know because we're not Marvel, but I'm pretty sure.
I am.
Oh, are you? Hello.
Yep.
The way 90% of these TV shows started is someone at Marvel went, I want to make a TV show about Hawkeye, and then everything came from that. And that's what they did. So maybe someone's sitting at Marvel now going, I want to make a TV show about Nova. And they start talking about it, and they start structuring it, and they're like, well, no, this doesn't really work as a TV show. Maybe we should turn this into a special. And I think that works, turning things into specials like that.
I think that's the only thing it's tricky is because I feel like, okay, spoilers Worth by Night. We already said that like 8 times. So if you're still here, what are you doing?
Spoilers. Ulysses Bloodstone's dead.
Dude. Anyways, I feel like the only reason Werewolf by Night exists is to put Man-Thing in the universe.
Yeah. I think you could also say to test out the special presentation and to.
Yes, that's true. But I feel in looking at through the lens of how is this going to add to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it was to get Man-Thing in there.
I think, well, we'll see how much all this monster stuff ties in, because I think we will now see more of Elsa Bloodstone. And I think this side of the universe is something that will be explored more in the future. And I just don't know how specifically. I think it could also be used as just a taster of this side of the universe.
That's true. But let's just for the sake of my argument, let's say that they made this so that they could just they could introduce Man-Thing in a quick but fun way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like one way that can get tricky is, okay, so they're determining that Man-Thing isn't important enough to have isn't important enough to have a movie, a TV show, which I kind of agree with. But then you get a thing where Nova, or what if Sam Wilson's Captain America got given this treatment? That would be a huge thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's where does that line?
It's true.
I don't know. That's just
that would be. I'd love that if they went, our Coven of Chaos is actually going to be a special presentation.
That makes more sense than a TV show to me.
Yeah.
Personally.
We've talked about it. Okay, but let's talk about Werewolf by Night before we get too bogged down in all of this.
Yes.
The style of it, I think, is great.
Mm-hmm.
Of how it does. I mean, it's a short thing, as we've said, but it does start quite slow and methodical, and just some of the. I mean, it's all in black and white. They've digitally added this camera grain, the film grain to it.
Did they digitally add that, or was it?
They did digitally add that. I need to check if this is true. I think the original plan wasn't for it to be in black and white, and that was something Michael Giacchino talked Kevin Feige into. But that's digitally added. It wasn't filmed on. It was filmed on digital still. But
interesting.
But and I just think the style and kind of how the Marvel intro went black and white, and it had the big werewolf chorus, and it was kind of like an orchestra type thing. I mean, it went a bit more spooky. I'm I love this. I really love the tone and the style and the music and the gore and the cliches. I loved all of that about it.
And one thing that says really well that I don't think any of the other Disney Plus Marvel projects have been able to accomplish is there's rewatchability to this.
Yes.
Like I could imagine like getting cozy on like every Halloween and like watching this. You know what I mean?
Because it's short as well, because you can just smash it out.
Yeah. Cause like I don't know about you, but the idea of rewatching, Miss Marvel does not sound very appealing to me.
No, miss watching like those last few episodes of Miss Marvel really brings back some bad memories for me. Uh,
I
uh
get it
Hannah and
because
I
we watch it together.
we watched it
Because we
together
watch it together.
because we've met each other in real life.
And I kissed him. I mean, I held his hand. I mean, sorry.
I've
Sometimes
said
I
too
get you and
much.
Will mixed up.
I've said too much. Yeah, and like there was one bit. Okay, if we're talking about specific moments, the one moment where I was like, yeah, I really like this. I really like what this is trying to be, is when Elsa Bloodstone killed the Asian dude. Um, and then the big Scottish guy walked back into the room with the axe, and she pulled him into like the bush, and then while he was choking on his blood, like covered his mouth so you wouldn't hear it. And I was watching that scene, I was like, yeah, this is like that's the kind of like it's obviously it's this like this isn't horrible and it isn't super messed up and it isn't super gory, but this is the MCU we're talking about. And I watched that and I was like, that's the kind of metal thing I'm enjoying here.
The fight scenes were really cool. I feel like uh, the end fight scene, some things were a little bit, I don't know, a
Yeah.
little janky. But honestly, that's coming from a kid who has no experience, a first time director. Like I'm criticizing like some of the highest caliber stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel weird criticizing filmmaking when I know.
I mean, are you just saying this now after you've built a platform on TikTok and you've got a podcast about film criticism, and now you're sitting here going, "Oh, I feel a bit weird criticizing films." Have you like changed your career plan? Are you we're not doing the silver lining anymore, Dean? I feel weird criticizing films.
Okay, I've had a long day.
Anyway, question, because this is a complaint I've seen on the line.
Answer.
Okay, what's your answer? Yes or no? Give me a yes or no, then I'll ask the question.
Yes.
Oh, my question was going to be: Do you think there's not enough werewolf in this?
Oh no.
So, wait, I'm confused. Do you think there's like more werewolf, less
Wait.
werewolf?
And there's a perfect amount of werewolf.
I do have one problem with the werewolf presented.
What?
So he transforms into a werewolf once,
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of way the direction these things usually go is the first transformation is all in shadows and you don't really see it, and then you just see the monster afterwards. And then the second one is really grotesque and you see all the detail to it. And I'm a bit disappointed that the only transformation we got here was so much out of shot.
Well, I have a counterpoint, and I think you are a hypocrite
Okay. Oh, I like this.
because
If you mention Morbius, I'm gonna fly to America and beat you up.
in Morbius. No, but like it's only 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I do agree.
No,
with you.
I'm not saying he should have transformed more than once. I'm saying when he transformed, we should have seen more of it.
We got. Yeah, I agree. I was a little disappointed. I was like, man, I wish I was able to see, because I love like when it comes to like werewolf things like transformations. I love seeing like the,
Like the
bones
bones
and
break and the hair grow. Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that's gnarly. But I feel like something like this where I know the budget's kind of limited and
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of time. I was really, I agree with you. I would have liked to see it, but I'm really forgiving when it comes to that, and it didn't really like affect my viewing experience.
I get that's the one thing where I'm kind of like, oh, I wish my one wish about this. Okay, next question on my list,
Yes.
written on my hand, just here. Do you want to read them? I'm having a schizophrenic episode. Anyway, no, that must be wrong. So, I'm sorry, I wrote it on the other hand. Um,
What a silly goofball you are.
what do you think of the werewolf design?
I thought it was fine. Like I didn't have any problems with it. I think they really benefited going practical because
Yeah, practical, always better.
it was like
Maybe a bit bigger, but it's fine.
in my opinion, it was nothing new.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they went out swinging trying to do something nobody's ever seen before.
And I don't want them to do that.
Right.
Like it annoys me when someone makes a vampire thing and they're like, "Oh yeah, but these vampires are different." But just give me vampires.
Exactly. I think it's just a werewolf,
Yeah.
and that was it. I appreciated that.
He did have a bit of a Morbius face, and I was watching this with podcast superstar Will. And I kept every time we got a good look at his face, I'd be like, he's got a bit of a Morbius face, doesn't he? And we was like, yeah, he does have a bit of a Morbius face. That's no complaint. That's not a complaint.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because I was gonna say that must be really hard for you.
Well, Morbius does have a horrible face, but that's just bad CGI. Where this does Morbius face, but good.
Good prosthetics.
And like he doesn't have the weird holes in it. It's different enough from Morbius face for me not to be that upset by it.
And what do you think of
rewatched? I've only seen Morbius once.
I've seen it twice.
You are a sad, sad man.
My dad was watching it, and I had to hold his hand through it. Like it's gonna be okay.
Honestly, I've said this before. When I did that YouTube Morbius review, go watch it if you haven't, because I'm proud of it. I've never felt like such a weight lifted off my shoulders after I filmed that review. I was on cloud 9 for the next 8 hours. I was like, oh, is this what the world is like? Oh, it's so beautiful. And I think Morbius was weighing me down for months and I didn't realize because we had to watch that trailer 100 times.
Oh my, 100 times.
And I know it's not on the same level, but I'm kind of getting on that level about Black Adam. Every time I see a poster out in public for Black Adam, I'm like, oh, Black Adam.
Hey, you know what? That's coming up though.
That's 10 2 weeks. Yeah, so not the next episode, the episode after.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Have you?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't. You've seen the spoiler thing?
Yeah.
I don't say anything. I'm avoiding it. I know, but I don't want to see it.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dude, do you see Dwayne Johnson's coming to Fortnite?
No, he's already in Fortnite. Shut up.
He's coming again.
So I don't care about Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. Moving on.
Where were we?
Werewolf by Night. I got distracted. We fell down the Morbius rabbit hole.
Every time.
Okay, next question on my list. Wrong hand.
Yeah.
This hand. Where would you like to see the 3 main characters in this show up again? We'll go one by one. Let's start with Jack Russell.
I would like to see him
naked.
I think it would be really interesting to see him with the Hulk.
Brush over that.
Yeah, I've got to see it better now.
Go on.
Hulk. I want to see him
fight the Hulk.
No, just with the Hulk. I think it'd be really interesting. They could have a nice one-on-one about
I know. I think it's kind
beast.
of similar energies between Bruce Wayne and Jack Russell. Bruce Banner and Jack Russell. You said something worse last week. I can't remember what it was, but you said something.
No, I didn't. You can't remember.
I'll go listen to that episode. Anyway, yeah. Bruce Banner, Jack Russell. They've got similar energies, and I think they'd be friends. I really like Jack Russell as a character.
Yeah, he worked really well. He was adorable.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I need to, he had a no, that was, I suddenly just realized who he gave me energy, like what energy he gave me, but then I could not remember the character. I just got this feeling of oh, he really reminds me of someone, but I don't know who he reminds me of. And then I remembered who he reminded me of, but now I can't remember the character's name.
What's he from?
Stephen Grant. He gave me Stephen Grant energy. Do you disagree with that?
No.
You do. You think I'm. Oh no, I've made a fool of myself. You think I'm.
Oh yeah, he does.
Did you not know who Stephen Grant is?
No, what gave you that idea?
No, yeah, Stephen Grant energy, and I appreciated that because we all love Stephen Grant.
We love Stephen Grant.
Okay. Uh, Elsa Bloodstone. What are your thoughts on her before you say where you want to see her again?
Fine, good.
I thought she was good. She is, bit of Jessica Jones energy if we're relating characters.
I think who would she have good banter with?
Yelena.
Oh yeah.
And that would be fun to see Yelena enter that kind of world of
Oh yeah, she'd just be like having a panic
mysticism.
attack. Okay, and
And
finally, Man Thing.
good old Ted.
Groot.
Yeah. Do you know Man Thing's origin? Do you want me to explain to you Man Thing's origin?
Yes, please.
He has.
Please give me
I was talking about this.
Let me get comfy. Let me get ready for story time.
Okay. He's one of like a dozen, like there are dozens of Marvel characters whose origin stories are they try to recreate the super soldier serum because that's like Deadpool, Wolverine, Hulk, Bucky Barnes, Spider-Man technically, depending on which version you're talking about. But he was trying to recreate the super soldier serum. He was good friends with Dr. Kurt Connors.
Lizard.
Yeah. So he was trying to recreate the super soldier serum and like had to rush. So he was making it and they were like, oh no, we're canceling your funding or whatever. So he had to drive really fast and rush somewhere to give them the funding. And he did the classic thing where he tested the serum on himself while he was driving. And in the car also he had some of the lizard serum. And then he crashed. His wife was in the car as well, by the way. He crashed the car. They both died. He got the lizard serum on him and he fell into a magical swamp. And the swamp revived him. So he had magical swamp, super soldier serum, and lizard formula all inside him, and he became the Man Thing. And he had no intelligence, but over time he kind of like got a bit more intelligence. And also he later found out, this is a really depressing detail, and I think it's like a horrible thing to put in this comic, that he didn't know at the time, but when his wife died in the car crash, she was pregnant.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's his origin.
That's a really sad and coincidental origin.
And that's the kind of thing where I'm like, imagine falling into a magical swamp when you got the super soldier serum in you. You're right. It was in Florida. There must be magical swamps everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't actually know if it was Florida. I just made that up.
Well, that's where most swamps are in the world. So
okay. And that's the kind of thing where I'm like, I'm glad they didn't do any origins in that. Because imagine when we met Man Thing. If it was an MCU movie, there'd kind of be like a flashback or whatever to how he got his powers.
It's kind of like, who cares?
He's here. His name's Ted. That's all we found out about him.
So, do we have any more thoughts on Werewolf by Night?
Music was good.
Well, of course it was. What's your favorite composer?
Yeah, Michael G.
What do we give Werewolf by Night out of 10?
I think a solid 8.
Yeah, 8.
Because, like, it fulfilled its purpose exactly, I think.
Now,
what we want to talk about next
is
where we think Marvel should take these special presentations. We've talked about this quite a bit already because we're just a couple of chatterboxes.
Look at us.
Who'd have thought?
Not me. Anyways,
I quote that daily.
Oh, me too.
I think I might pick it up off you.
Maybe.
Who'd have thought?
We know Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out.
Holiday special. This is the kind of thing I remember. This is a private conversation Harlan and I had, so I hope he doesn't mind me exposing him like this. Maybe it was a podcast conversation. I think it was a podcast conversation now, where you said you were worried about Werewolf by Night because we hadn't seen any trailers for it yet. And I think that's just the vibe they're going with for these special presentations, because we still haven't seen anything about Holiday Special or heard anything about Holiday Special really. And I think the vibe they're going with Holiday Special is they just drop it.
Probably.
The vibe for special presentations is they just drop it.
Yeah, which is strange because I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is going to be important somehow.
Yes.
Oh, look at that!
I know, it's fine. I've got a spare battery. So keep talking. No,
Um,
the thing is, I think when Black Panther 2 comes out, we'll get holiday special footage
yeah, probably.
because this one will, like Werewolf by Night, no one's going to subscribe to Disney Plus for that. You know,
That's
no
true.
one who
Yeah.
doesn't have Disney Plus is going to go, oh yeah, I'm going to sign up for that. Where Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, people would sign up for Disney Plus for that. So I feel like they might promote that a bit more.
They better. They'll be stupid not to.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this one will like when a month or so, a month exactly when Black Panther comes out, we'll get holiday special footage. I think we'll get Ant-Man free footage soon as well. Tell me what you think while I quickly stand up.
Ant-Man. I'm so frustrated we haven't seen anything from that yet because I'm so excited for that movie. They've been they've been little stinkers about little stinky boys. And that's what Marvel's been with their Ant-Man movie. Um, but I don't know if you know, but I don't even know what the holiday special is about because I know Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is about the High Evolutionary.
I think it's I don't know where I've got this idea from in my brain, but I feel like it's set on Earth before Thor: Love and Thunder.
So Thor's gonna be there.
I don't know. I'm gonna Google it. I mean, I guess not if it's on Earth. It could be like Endgame time. I'm gonna Google it.
That's true. Okay. Well, Dean's Googling.
Or other services are available.
What?
Other search engines are available.
Oh, yes. Do you want me to look it up on Bing?
No, I just don't want people to think we're sponsored by Google.
Oh, well, we are.
No, we're not. We're not telling them that they've got all our money.
Dang it. Screw Google. Never use Google.
No, they won't give us the money if you say that.
Unscrew Google.
No, we're making it too obvious.
You know what? Use Google. I don't care. Honestly, at this point, I don't remember.
I apologize. I don't think there is a plot description anywhere in the world. Maybe what I just said is a rumor.
I like that rumor.
No, I think it's. I don't think it's. I think it's kind of confirmed because we've seen them on Earth in like on set and stuff. Because we've seen them on Earth in set and stuff.
Okay, well, I need some more James Gunn stuff. So
exactly. James Gunn should make everything in the world.
Yes, even
chocolate bars.
Speaking of chocolate bars, I had the Mr. Beast bar, his candy bar, his chocolate bar.
Slave to the machine, you American capo scum.
You know me.
So. Yeah, but your chocolate is crap. English chocolate is where it's at.
Obviously. Anyways, oh, look at that, he's back.
No one who's listening on Spotify knows what happens. I really need a shave. Sorry. I just got
I can't tell.
That's because I'm blonde. I've got a bit of a, whatever.
I'm dirty blonde, so you can kind of tell when I need to shave. It's pretty.
Yeah, but you're darker than me.
Yeah, I'm pretty tan. Good joke. Anyways, what special presentations do you want to see?
Good question. Okay, so the thing is, if they're doing it every Christmas and every Halloween for a start, what do you want to see at Christmas and Halloween?
I would love to see a Spider-Man Christmas.
I do really like the idea of them just choosing a random character at Christmas and going, hey, this year we're doing a Black Panther holiday special. Black Panther isn't the best choice.
But can you imagine like Spider-Man like saving the day as Santa? Like him delivering. Like I think that would work.
Imagine like I was about to say Hawkeye Christmas. That's a TV show. Like a Shang-Chi Christmas would be so fun. And then you really get flashbacks to his family at Christmas when they're all happy.
It'd be adorable.
I think for Christmas, you could choose any character and go,
and make something good.
Mm.
But for Halloween, who would you like to see?
I'm not super clued in on Marvel, like
I
spooky
think
stuff.
a Daredevil Halloween special would be really cool.
Yes.
Um,
Well, if you're speaking about Spider-Man, why don't you do Spider-Man versus Jack O'Lantern? You know Jack O'Lantern?
no,
He's exactly what you'd think he'd be.
just like a guy who runs around with a pumpkin on his head.
Yeah, but the pumpkins are fine. So what about like Ghost Rider,
That'd be cool. But I want that as a movie.
Morbius?
I want a Morbius, but like the one we saw in like Spider-Man the animated series, the one who drinks plasma. Because they couldn't say blood because of the censors in the 90s. Do you know that? Fun fact. Here are some fun facts about Spider-Man the animated series.
Here are some fun facts about Morbius. I did that one.
Oh, I got confused. I'm like, my mouth isn't moving.
No, I mean I did that one as in I did that video.
Oh, you did do that one. I love how you say R's in an
Here
American
are.
accent.
How do you do it?
R.
No, say the whole thing.
Here are some fun facts about Morbius.
Here are some fun facts about Morbius.
Okay, that was better.
Okay.
You make it. You put like you go like R. You're
Hey,
like you're a pirate.
If I ever see you again in person, anytime
Wait.
soon, then
Pause
I will
the
be
topic.
doing it all the time.
When you eat dinner
Mm-hmm.
and you have
Or
a knife
tea.
and a fork, you have a knife and a fork.
Yeah.
You're eating dinner. When you're eating, do you put the food on the knife and eat it? Or do you use the fork to eat?
I used the fork to eat it. What are you talking about? What?
Thank God.
What are you talking about?
Okay, because I was out with the family last night and my grandma was there.
Yeah.
And she was talking about that. Like her friend, when they were talking to somebody that was from that they were in like I think they were in London or something.
Yeah.
They were eating. They're like, "Why do you eat like that? What do you mean?" And she was just eating like a fork. And they're like, "No, you like put it on your knife and eat it like this."
They were 100% pranking them. 100%.
Okay. So
They got
because
pranked.
I needed to confirm that.
But the
'cause I'm
thing
like,
is, you were here for 10 days. You telling me you wouldn't have noticed if I was using my knife as
bro,
a
I don't
fork?
pay attention to the way people use their
I
utensils.
think you would have noticed if I
I'm
was using
busy
my.
focusing on myself. I'm really good.
I
at
was
that.
talking today about how many amazing meals I cooked you while you were here
Yeah.
because I made myself fajitas for dinner, and Will was talking about the last time you saw me make fajitas, and I was like, I made cracking fajitas for Harlan.
Those fajitas were popping.
That was a great night as well because we watched Hot Rod and then we watched World's End.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did we go to the pub or no?
I don't think we did that night. That was the really hot night.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really hot because of what we did after World's End.
Oh, can't. That's not age appropriate. Man, when Will took out the thing. Oh man. Anyways, jokes.
Where were we? We're just reminiscing.
Sorry, you got me.
I don't know if
excited.
people enjoy. Do you think people listening to this podcast enjoy that? I think they do.
I hope not.
No, but it's a peek behind the curtain. I enjoy peeks behind curtains.
Really? Oh,
I do it all the time. I go down the street and I'm just like, can I see anything through this curtain?
Hey, what's going on in here? All right.
I feel like this podcast, something has happened over the past few months, and we've just gotten looser and looser. Anyway, I have an actual. Do you want to hear my wish, my deep desire for Marvel special presentations?
Yes.
Twice a year, Marvel just chooses two characters, like two well-known characters, like Spider-Man and Daredevil, for example, and then they go, "We're going to make a special presentation about these two characters teaming up." And then you just make a special presentation about New York City's under attack and Spider-Man and Daredevil team up and do it. They do that like twice a year, and they just choose two random characters, and they're like Hawkeye and Shang-Chi. They team up, and I think that'd be really fun.
Well, here's the issue.
Go
I
on.
think if they did that twice a year,
Yeah, that part of the idea I just pulled out my bum.
the idea of like Secret Wars and big crossover events like that, I feel like would lose a little bit of their meaning.
Yeah, I just like the idea of the like Thor Ragnarok, like little crossovers like that, and like I like little crossovers like Thor Ragnarok, where it's Hulk and Thor hanging out, their pals,
Yeah, okay, that's true.
and like Thor Ragnarok didn't. You guys can see me fiddling with this right now. I didn't realize.
Wait, oh, that's your drying rack.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it down because it's annoying me.
You're annoying
Thor
me.
Ragnarok didn't take away from Infinity War or Endgame.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
I just think because there are a lot of characters that in a big crossover, in let's say Avengers Secret Wars, Shang-Chi and Hawkeye might share one line of dialogue, but you give them a special presentation, they hang out with each other for half an hour.
That's true. Like Hawkeye and Spider-Man didn't have any dialogue shared.
They never met. Did they meet?
I'm sure they did at the funeral.
Yeah. But stuff like that. Just choose two characters, Moon Knight and
Stephen Grant.
Okay. This is a game we're gonna play now. I'm gonna name a character. You got to say who you want to see them team up with. Okay.
Okay, and I have to say it within 10 seconds.
No, 5 seconds.
Oh, dang it.
Moon Knight
and Black Panther.
That would be cool. She-Hulk.
Ironheart.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
She-Hulk.
Okay, go on, give me some. Let's see how good I am at this.
War Machine.
Black Panther.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of a good idea. Sam Wilson, Captain America.
I do want to say Black Panther again, but I'll go Luke Cage. It doesn't really count.
Okay, Luke Cage.
But I think that'd be cool. If not, I'd go Spider-Man just because of those two actors.
Kate Bishop
and my first thought was Miss Marvel.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see that.
So. Yeah, we will.
Okay, I'll give you one more.
Okay.
Yelena. Yeah, you won with
Yelena and
that hasn't happened already.
Spider-Man? Oh no, I'd go Daredevil. I'll go Daredevil.
That would be. I find that really interesting.
They'd 100% hook up.
They would 100%.
We both went for that at the same time. We were having a conversation while we were gaming the other day about how Daredevil is.
What were we playing?
What's a cool game people play?
Fortnite.
No. Dang it, no. That Daredevil was like the horniest character in the MCU. Because like Tony Stark is like supposed to be, but after his first movie, he kind of settles down. Where Daredevil he's just going at it, Yeah, good on him.
Wild.
And then while we were having this conversation, I made a bit of an inappropriate joke. And then I said, wow, I'm glad we're not recording a podcast right now. I can't remember the joke I made.
It was probably really pretty funny.
Oh, I remember. I won't say it.
Wow.
Just leave our audience in suspense. I think that was do you think that's a fun thing for them to do though?
Just a series of what if Daredevil Born Again is just him hooking up with different characters across the MCU?
People would hate that so much.
But it would be great.
It would be fun.
It would be fun. We have fun.
We have fun.
I say that so much now.
Do you?
Yes. I think it's so funny because it like totally minimalizes anything anybody's doing.
Honestly, I picked it up off my sister's fiance. He's never going to listen to this. He says it all the time. He just constantly goes, we have fun. Him and his friend Tom, they always go, we have fun. And I've just picked up on them and now I just go, we have fun. We have fun. Okay. What kind of special presentations do you want to see?
I want to see like some super niche characters that deserve like their own story, but don't deserve,
they don't deserve it.
Yeah, like I would like Werewolf by Night was an excellent example. I feel like they would be able to do like I think a fun little Nova series before, not Nova series, but Nova Core series before it was destroyed. Like
Yeah.
little things like that where I wouldn't care to watch a movie about it, but it'd be really interesting to get like a little slice of the world or whatever.
Yeah. The one thing that fans always say they want, and I'm like, I don't think that would work. And I think it could work as a special presentation. Is they go, oh, why don't we get Steve Rogers returning the Infinity Stones? I'm
No,
almost
I
like
think
that.
that could work as a series.
It wouldn't. He'd just show up and there'd be. I mean, number one, the budget for that would be insane.
Yes.
But I think a special presentation work, and it's just like, oh hi, because most of them is just he shows up, drops it off, and then goes. I think a
Right.
special
And
presentation. Are you saying you think that would work better as a series or a special presentation?
I think you're mentioning it would be a lot of just stopping by and getting it back.
Yeah, I think it would be a sick special presentation.
You're right, it would. Because like a big I don't recall exactly what TikTok I saw, but it was a large theory about how Steve Rogers still has the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
You see that video?
no, I don't think so.
And it was interesting because like Steve Rogers, like he couldn't just give it back. You know what I mean? And I think that's where the main part of the movie would come from.
Yeah,
So
that's true, and
and
that's
also,
that's the one thing everyone wants to see when he rocks up and he's like, "Yo, it's what's his face."
and how does he bring the Power Stone back? Wait, where does he get the Power Stone? They get the Power Stone from the orb. Okay, that's right.
Not the power stone. They get the power stone from Morgath. The Nebula like reaches in and burns her arm, and pulls it out. What one are you thinking of? Power Stone's the ones in Guardians of the Galaxy.
What did I say?
Power.
Yeah, and then I said they put it back in the orb.
Yeah. But they didn't get it from New York. They got it from Morgath or wherever it is in Guardians of the
Right,
Galaxy.
but when she burned her arm, she grabbed like the orb.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
But then yeah, I don't know if they kept the orb or they just who knows.
Yeah.
Anyway, who cares? We what is happening today? This podcast is so loose.
But you know where I think we got to the point. We set a goal for what we wanted to talk about, and we've been talking about it.
That's true. And we've also been talking about all the lovely memories we've shared together.
Oh, look at us.
Like that curry we shared. And then we went to the pub and we all ordered each other drinks.
Dude, you're like, I haven't eaten at all today. And now we're talking about
Curry.
curry.
If you ever come back, we can have a curry.
Yes. We will.
You'd have to come back.
I had one here and it just wasn't the same.
I had a takeaway curry 2 nights ago because I was ill. And like curry is not the kind of food you want to be eating when you're ill. But I was like, I don't want to be eating right now. So I don't want to be cooking right now. So I just ordered a takeaway curry. Why are you laughing?
Dude, we were just talking about how sidetracked we were getting.
I had a really nice curry. That's all I'm saying. And to finish the story, I finished it off on the day after for dinner, the second day, and I set my microwave on fire because I put some naan bread in.
What? That's what you lead with. That is the hook. That is the hook to that story. You don't just gloss over that.
So you haven't had an Indian takeaway. We went to a restaurant and had it. Naan bread came in a paper bag, and usually the inside of that bag is foil. Yeah. So like it's paper on the outside and foil on the inside.
Yeah.
And I had that in my fridge, and I took it out and I looked inside the bag, and I went, well, it does feel a bit. I wasn't thinking because I was ill, like my brain was not switched on at all. I opened the bag and I thought, oh, there isn't foil on the inside; it's paper on the inside. Put it in microwave, immediately sets on fire. I opened the microwave, and as I opened the microwave, 2 of my housemates walk into the kitchen. And I'm like, that's the worst time in the world. Will walked in, and I was like, Will, I've set the microwave on fire. And he had a look, and he was like, oh, yeah, you have. And then I had my cup of water. I had half a pint of water with like just sitting on the side that I was drinking. And I grabbed it, and I started pouring it in the microwave. And then
it was like still lit on fire.
Yeah. And then I poured the water on and it went out immediately. And then Karis walked in and she just saw me pouring water in the microwave. And she was like, what are you doing, Dean? And I was like, The microwave was on fire. Okay, the microwave was on fire. And then I looked, and these devious bastards. It was paper, foil, paper. The foil was on the inside.
That is pretty.
I should have figured that out, but also that's a bit devious, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're also like super dumb. So like,
Yeah, that's true. And it was a bit, and then my fourth housemate, well, I mean third, if you found out, my friend Anna, love of my life. The only person that's going to get that joke is Will if he listens to this. There's the only other person who's going to appreciate that. I'm going to tell him to listen to this one. Yeah.
Man, what a story.
Yeah. And then it took a solid 5 minutes to get all this water out of the microwave. And I was like using a tea towel, and then Karis walked over and handed me 2 sheets of kitchen roll.
What did she hand you?
Kitchen roll. It's like toilet roll, but you keep it in the kitchen, so it's like thicker and it's like this big.
You mean a paper towel roll?
Paper towel roll. You're so stupid. Why do you need so many words to describe what it is? A paper towel roll, a sidewalk, because you walk on the side. Anyway, Werewolf by
Well,
Night.
I'm sorry. Do you always, when it comes to kitchen rolls, as you like to define them as, do you sometimes use them outside of the kitchen?
No, they stay in the kitchen. They live in the kitchen.
If you ever spill anything outside of the kitchen,
yeah, but they live in the kitchen.
What happens if you spill something outside of the kitchen?
They live in the kitchen, but they can leave the kitchen, but they live in the kitchen.
Okay. That's where I keep all my dishes.
All I'm gonna say is thank you for not making fun of me when I said takeaway instead of take out.
That's fine. That makes more sense. So
yeah, take out. Okay.
That's like synonyms. But kitchen roll? Are you kidding me, Dean?
What do you call them? Paper towel roll?
Yes.
If I Google kitchen roll, does kitchen roll come up? Yeah, it's called kitchen roll.
But look up paper towel roll.
Okay, I'm on an English Google right now.
Oh, that's true.
The other one we were talking about the other day, if anyone's interested.
What do you call the stuff you wipe your bum with?
Toilet roll.
We call it toilet paper rolls. So.
What?
We call it toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Sometimes we call it loo roll, bog roll. No, different. If I do paper towel roll, a different thing comes up. It's blue and it's thinner.
Oh, it's not blue. Why are you blue? Sorry.
Okay. This is not interesting. This is. Can we stop? Can we stop?
Okay.
Does anyone honestly? We should put out a poll or something. It's like, do people enjoy it when Dean and Harlan go off topic? Because I don't know. I'm
gonna say yes.
I feel like if I'm a fan, I'd enjoy it because I'm like, I enjoy listening to these two people, and I come here to listen to them and not,
just me.
Just me.
No, me.
Me. Okay, new poll. Who do you prefer? Let's not do that. That would hurt my feelings.
Is that it for today? Are we done?
Are we
done? You done, Dean?
We're done here. Has anyone got anything to say about? Does anyone out of anyone in this room have anything to say about special presentations?
If Will rocked in right now,
I was going to say this would be really funny if Will just popped up here.
Yeah. They're good, and I can't wait to see how Marvel adapts them.
I want more, and I want more curry,
and I want
microwaves on fire.
Some leftover pasta.
Pasta. It's pasta.
All right. Adios, everybody.
If we're being correct, it's Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. Pasta. On that note, goodbye. See you next week. Who knows what we're doing? Bye.
Bye.